This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin' is your boy. Ladies and gentlemen, good win tonight. 106-100. The New York Knicks take out the Los Angeles Lakers. They had a 25-point lead, and they gave it back. But they pulled this one out, ladies and gentlemen. Good game by the New York Knicks. Regardless of the fact that they gave up a 25-point lead, I'm still going to say good game. All right, because we had to battle down the stretch, and we pulled it out down the stretch of the game. You know, a lot of guys played well tonight. Evan Fournier played well. Julius Randle had a good game. Obi Toppin had a good game. Emmanuel Quickly played well. At least down the stretch, Emmanuel Quickly played well. Good game from the New York Knicks. Good win. Good win. We needed to get a good win versus a good team, and we did that tonight. So let's go ahead and let's break this down and let's talk about it. I got my man Tony Crow in the building. And, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this one in, man. Tony, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
What's good, son? I'm feeling good now, man. It got a little spooky at the end.
Yeah.
You know, a little scary at the end, but we pulled it away. And what I really liked is the team effort. You know what I mean? Fournier came through and had a solid game. Quickly came through in the fourth quarter. Obi, Randle. We're gonna need multiple people to play well. It don't have to be everybody, you know. Some guys might not be shooting well, but other guys are gonna have to step up. And I think if we do that, that's what we were doing early in the year. You know, it was always like 2 or 3 guys that had great games or solid games, and we were pulling them away. So yeah, we're capable. We're more than capable.
We're capable, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks came right out, ready to play. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead, built that lead up to 25. Then all of a sudden in the second quarter, the Lakers started to strap up. A.B. Bradley started to strap up. They went zone, played a little bit of a 2-3 zone, and slowed the Knicks down, made the Knicks start thinking. Next thing you know, the Lakers start chipping away and getting back into the game. They cut the lead to 12-point lead at halftime, and at the top of the third quarter, the Lakers start making a run. At the top of the third quarter, next thing you know, it's down to 6. The bench comes in, but the Lakers are already kind of on a roll. Next thing you know, the game is tied. And from there, I was a little bit nervous, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't sure if the Knicks were going to have the guts to pull it out. But they weren't fazed by the star power. As a matter of fact, they let the star power motivate them. And they continued to play. Got the win. It was a struggle down the stretch. Russell Westbrook, he was on his game tonight. Played big-time minutes. Obviously, he played big-time minutes, but played big-time basketball tonight for the Los Angeles Lakers. Russell Westbrook had 31 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. He shot 55% from the field, and he shot 50% from the three-point line. He normally doesn't shoot that well, but he did tonight. Anthony Davis for the Los Angeles Lakers. He had 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. But you know, with Anthony Davis, you know, I hate to say it like this, but I said it earlier on the game preview. I'm not afraid of Anthony Davis. I don't know. Yeah, he has good games, but his games don't seem to have a punch to it. But he had 20.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 41% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. Avery Bradley had 15 points and 9 rebounds, played a lot of good defense. Carmelo Anthony, 12 points, 3 rebounds. But for the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, they were led by Evan Fournier. And I am glad that Evan Fournier was able to come up with a big game. He needed it. So this is the last 3 games. 2 of them have been really good games from Evan Fournier. He needed this one tonight. He was hot in the first half. He continued to play well throughout the second half. Evan Fournier tonight, 26 points, 4 rebounds. He was 8 for 14 from the field. He was 6 for 9 from the three-point line. I'm glad that he played well. Hopefully this is going to begin to open up the floodgates, man. Hopefully it does. 20 points, 16 rebounds from Julius Randle. He shot 41% from the field. He only shot 1 for 5 from the three-point line. He was 5 for 8 from the free throw line. Emmanuel Quickly, 14 points. He was 4 for 8 from the three-point line. Had a couple of joints bounce in. That's what happens when you got that shooter touch. Alec Burks, 12 points and 6 rebounds. Obi Toppin, 12 points and 4 rebounds. And he got significant minutes down the stretch of the game. Significant minutes, and he produced. Good game from Obi Toppin. Really good game. And you're starting to see a lot of things from Obi, man. Kemba Walker didn't play well. 6 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Only 2 for 6 from the field. Nerlens Noel, 4 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks. RJ Barrett shot well from the field. He needed a good night from the field. 4 for 8 from the field. 3 for 5 from the three-point line. 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Contributions across the board from the New York Knicks. Even Quentin Grimes got 4 minutes and 47 seconds in. With the absence of Derrick Rose. Tony, man, your thoughts about the contributions from the players?
I love it, man. I love it. I think, like I said, a few minutes ago, I think that's what we need. We need multiple guys to just step up at different moments. At some point, we're gonna see all these guys click at the same time. And that's gonna be dangerous. Hopefully, that's in the playoffs. But by then, we got some great chemistry and great continuity. I do want to point out, it's a little bit off topic, but about the Lakers. Avery Bradley, man, he changed the game for them, and it just would be nice to to have a guy like him. The way he came in and I didn't even get to see all of it. I was listening to it, but I just kept hearing the announcer like, Avery Bradley again. Like, he's really turning his game around. And it must have been on the defensive end. And so salute to him.
Yeah.
But
I mean his play, Avery Bradley's play in that second quarter, his defense on Kemba, he kind of put the clamps on Kemba in that second quarter, and created a few turnovers. He knocked down some threes. And it really helped to get the Lakers back in the game. That's a big pickup for the Lakers. Big pickup for the Lakers. He's a guy who's been there. He's been there. He won a championship with the Lakers in 2020, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so
he had some runs with Boston early in his career.
Exactly.
I know that.
Exactly. Do you think Evan Fournier is going to be able to continue to play like this?
I mean, I what do you have tonight? 28?
26.
26? I don't think he'll have a 26 point per game pace. He might have a stretch of it, 5 games here, but I think his funk, I think he's going to be out of his funk. I think, so I think he's going to be more consistent going forward. I see him somewhere in the 20-point range, 18, 20-point range. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna need, more than anything, we're gonna need consistency. So if it's consistent and it's 18, I'll take it. You know what I mean? As opposed to, 26 tonight and 6 to next game.
Right.
But I think he's kind of turning the corner. I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I think the whole team is gonna start gelling like very soon.
Yeah. I mean, they were gelling in that first half. I mean, obviously, when you're knocking down shots, it's going to look and feel like you're gelling. You know what I'm saying? When you're hitting shots, everything's going to feel good. They scored 61 points in the first half, but they still only ended up with 106 points. They only scored 45 points in the second half, largely due to better Laker defense. But another team that the Knicks held to 100 points. Right? The Knicks defense, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks defense is it's not there 100% where it was last year, but it's been pretty good over the last 8 games. It's been pretty good defense. And hopefully they're going to continue to hang their hat on the defensive side. You know what I mean? Good defense from the New York Knicks. We did see one play where Evan Fournier was in the corner. Julius Randle was coming to get the ball, and the space was just crowded. He didn't give him the ball. He refused to give him the ball. Moved Julius Randle out the way. Went to the cup. I don't think they converted. But, you know, maybe that's a step of progress where Evan Fournier is feeling more comfortable to say, nah, I got this. Watch out. You know what I'm saying? What do you think, Tony? You think he's feeling that?
I think we're gonna need it. I think we're gonna need him to do that, and I think at some point, he and Kemba are both gonna be doing those type of things. They're both ball dominant guys, and this is probably the biggest change of a situation that they've ever been through, and both of them have been on. I think 3. This is their third team right now. So it's people are forgetting that it's still an adjustment. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think he's gonna need to, because he's been playing out of character. So at some point, for him to be his most comfortable, he's gonna have to start doing things that he's most comfortable doing. And I think the ball being in his hand and him making some decisions is what's going to make him comfortable.
Yeah.
And Kemba as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Savvy's in the building. What's going on with you, my brother? How you feeling, man? How you feeling after this one?
Salute to the chat. Salute to the panel. What's poppin', family?
We chilling, man.
Oh, man.
We chilling.
Hey, listen. You know me, man.
It's a good win. It's a good win for the New York Knicks. As good as any, man. As good as any.
I'm walking on air right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had my reservations about this performance. I was expecting something between horrific slaughter at the hands of Carmelo.
Sheesh.
Or, no, because you see, we wasn't steady. We had won the game before, but we wasn't steady, right? No, actually, we lost the last game. I'm thinking about the Rockets, right? We lost to the Bulls. Wasn't steady. We came in tonight, and that corner that you've been talking about that we were just trying to turn, I believe we turned it. And we got what we needed from people when we needed it from them. Tony's right, man. At some point, people the stars will align and we're all going to click at the same time. I got to say my mea culpa. I didn't have faith in Fournier for tonight like I probably should, because I know that the Lakers defense can be suspect, and it was going to be his chance to eat. And he ate. He cleaned his plate tonight. So props to Fournier, okay? Props to RJ. Shot 50% from the field, okay? 3 for 5 from the 3, okay? And rebounded the ball. Randle was on tonight, but the real highlight of the game was the youngsters for me.
Yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. The young guys, you know, they definitely went to work. You know what I mean? Looking at the key matchups, though, you mentioned Randle. Randle and Anthony Davis, both Kentucky guys. Randle had 20. Davis had 20. 16 rebounds for Randle. 6 rebounds for Anthony Davis. 5 assists for Randle. 3 assists for
And he was
Anthony
chirping.
Davis. What'd you say?
And he was chirping too.
They was both chirping. They was chirping. They was going back and forth. They was going back and forth. You know, Randle probably, you know, looks at Davis as, you know, like an older brother type and wants to prove like, yo, I'm just as good as you. I'm sure, you know, he's
playing for my old team.
You know, has that in his mind. Randle 41% from the field. Anthony Davis, similar numbers, 41.2%. Randle shot 20% from the 3-point line. Davis a little bit better. So you know, they pretty much canceled each other out tonight. Now, another one of our key matchups. Guys who really did match up against each other, Kemba Walker and Russell Westbrook, really wasn't a matchup there. You know, I knew Russell Westbrook was going to try to go ham tonight, and that's exactly what he did. Triple-double, 31 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, 55% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, 89% from the free throw line. And Kemba Walker, you know, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for Kemba Walker. You know what I mean? He's not I didn't expect him to put up Russell Westbrook numbers or to even be able to stay in front of Russell Westbrook, to be honest with you. And he did not do that tonight. I seen somebody in the chat say, you know, the reason why the Knicks defense is getting better is because Kemba Walker's playing less minutes. You know, there may be some truth behind that. Kemba Walker tonight played 23 minutes and 13 seconds tonight. Even though Derrick Rose wasn't there. It's not like he got 30 minutes, still only played 23 minutes. But nonetheless, the New York Knicks got the victory, ladies and gentlemen, over the Los Angeles Lakers in a game that, you know, we needed to get. I wanted to get this one, really did. And we was able to pull it out and get us a nice win. And now we got Mark in the building. Looked like him and Emmanuel quickly had a discussion earlier today about the styles they was going to rock. Let's get Mark up in the building. Look at him. Mark, what's popping with you, man?
What's going on, fellas?
What's cracking?
What's good with you, man?
What's good, boy?
I want to say this. I was exploding in the second quarter because I didn't like how the second quarter looked, but we finished the game strong. So I'm happy now because this was a game that the Lakers could have took. Because I thought this should have been a blog the way the Lakers been playing. They was slow on defense and they just couldn't hit shots. I didn't like how close the game was at the end, but you know, a win is a win because how we came out in the first quarter, the ball was moving very well. Everybody was getting touches, everybody was in rhythm, everybody got shots. And then the second quarter, it just went crazy. It got me mad. I was furious. I was on Gamo's show and I destroyed his chat. But tonight was a great game by the bench. Obi was excellent. Quickly and to me with Quickly, he's missed the timely. Because if he didn't hit those threes when he hit them, that was momentum changers right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I like that. He to me, he finished with the bench, even though it was 2, because we had the game at the end. We just had the game at the end. But, you know, AD was sick. The Lakers are just horrible. I ain't gonna hold you. They're horrible. They're horrible. Anybody to say that the Lakers are good, Lord, they're horrible.
Well, I mean,
and what we did well tonight, we kept AD out of the paint. We made him into a jump shooter. He was soft tonight. We kept him.
He's soft on a lot of nights. He's soft on a lot of nights.
That's his problem. That's why people don't trust him like that. That's why people don't trust him like that, because how soft he is. But we kept him from out of the paint. Most likely because when he came off the Detroit game, he got into the paint and finished off the game, even though they was losing in the first and third quarter, going to the third quarter, and they end up getting back the lead. But tonight, I think the defense was good. at the end of the game, which matters. But quickly, man, listen, man, Mr. Timely, man, that boy just hit some momentum shots, man. So I just said, good win. I think everybody had a role in this game from quarter to quarter. Randle and Fournier the first quarter. The second quarter, everybody just looked horrible. The third quarter, we played tight. And in the fourth quarter, the bench cleaned up the mess. They just cleaned up the mess. That's how the game went for me.
You know, the Knicks had. I think one of the keys in this game is the Knicks never. Did the Knicks ever give up the lead?
No,
they never gave up the lead, right?
No.
The Knicks never gave up the lead. It was tied.
They tied twice.
Right.
They tied twice.
They tied twice, but they never gave up the lead. And I think that was key for the Knicks mental and for the Lakers mental. If the Lakers were still chasing, they never got the lead. The Knicks could, continue to play, from ahead.
And you know what?
I think that's a big key.
Yes, I want to give Tom Thibodeau credit because he knew and he had good timing with the rotations that he made.
Putting Obi at the 3 was good.
When he was, yes, that was a fantastic. Trust me, I'm about to get to Obi, okay? But the way that he adjusted from moment to moment and the people that he injected into the lineup when they needed to be there, I got to give it to him. He gave us a great continuity of energy and effort, right? And when OB was in there doing this thing, he left him in there and he let him cook, okay? And it's a beautiful thing to see what Obi-Wan is doing right now. Because I was one of those people that, I would see what he was doing last year, okay? And he was making the right efforts, but the timing and the chemistry was off. Now they're finding him, okay? They are finding him, and he's not he doesn't have the problem a lot of people have on this team where he's mispositioning himself.
Great. Oh,
listen, he knows. Yeah, that's the one thing coming out of college with Obi is he always understood where to put himself on the floor. You know what I mean? And I think in his first season, maybe he was a little, the game was fast for him. So when he did put himself in position, he didn't realize how fast, that his opportunity window would close up. Let me read off some of these stats here. All right, and then get to a phone call. We can come back to it. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, you can see at the bottom of your screen, the Knicks defeated the Lakers 106-100. They also won the rebounding battle 52-50. That was one of my keys to the game, that the Knicks, needed to gang rebound, win that rebounding battle, especially on the bench, knowing that there's no Mitch, no Taj, and you got a guy like Dwight Howard on the bench, and you still got DeAndre Jordan, and you got Anthony Davis. I was a little bit nervous about the rebounding, but the Knicks came through. They won that battle 52-50. Both teams had 23 assists, 7 steals for the Knicks, 8 for the Lakers. 4 blocks for the Knicks, 12 for the Lakers. The Knicks had 14 turnovers on the game. They were a little high in that second quarter. At the end of the second quarter, they were turning the ball over. That's what allowed the Lakers to get back into the game.
And a lot of bad shot taking. That second quarter was horrendous. People was coming up just jacking.
Okay, let me finish. Don't forget that we did win. Don't forget that.
No, we won. That second quarter haunted me, though. It just haunted me.
No, the Lakers shot 37% from the field. The Knicks shot 45%. 30% from 3 for the Lakers. The Knicks shot 44% from the three-point line. Good shooting night for the Knicks from the three-point line. The Knicks 81% from the free throw line. The Lakers 70% from the free throw line. Points in the paint, both teams had 36. The Knicks only allowed 8 second chance points tonight. Now, in that second quarter, though,
go ahead.
And Mark, I'm not trying to get you going. I'm just saying, in that second quarter, they gave up a lot of offensive rebounds. It was a lot of long rebounds, and they wasn't corralling them. I was like, come on, man. Like, what are y'all doing? But They only
But
gave up
again,
eight. They only gave up 8 second chance points. The Knicks had 13 second chance points. 13 fast break points for the Lakers. Only 4 for the Knicks tonight.
But again, Sim, with the second quarter, it's like, yeah, they got the offensive rebound and they scored. But when we came down to score in our possession, people was taking one possession shots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The ball stopped moving.
Right.
And that's a bad recipe for our team because again, everybody had rhythm.
Yeah.
RJ hits his shot, Fournier on fire, Randle was on fire in the first quarter. Everybody was just looking good. It was the game was looking like a blowout where the Lakers was going to tap out by the middle of the third quarter. And then they got them back in the lead. So
yeah, well, the thing is, those early leads, you got to be careful of those early leads. It's fool's gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Gold. You know what I mean? It's fool's gold. Now, and there's been a lot of wild swings in the NBA this season. A lot of them. A lot of wild swings. No lead is safe. It's never been more true than this season. Let me get to this phone call. Spree, what's popping with you, bro? How you feeling?
Not much, man. I'll take the win.
Yeah, I take it, man.
I said I take the win.
Question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Evan deserved more shots in the second quarter?
Do I think he deserved more shots in the second quarter? Do I want to force the ball to any one person? Not really, which is the reason why when the ball gets forced to Randle, I'm not a fan of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to force the ball to any one person. I like the term that Thibodeau uses when he says, the game is going to tell you what to do. I really do like that term because it's true. The game will dictate what to do. So if the shots come, they come.
You. I was frustrated because the ball stopped moving, and I know I don't want to dictate it to him, but he was hot, man, and 7 minutes there, only one field goal attempt. I don't, like you said, maybe he wasn't open. I'm going to go back and watch it, but just my initial reaction, it wasn't just that, but I kind of like Evan was in a nice little rhythm there. Mm-hmm. The turnovers were bad. The ball stopped moving. Evan didn't hesitate tonight. It was good. I mean, like Mark said, that's how it's supposed to look in that first quarter. That's how it's supposed to look. And then we got away. I mean, I couldn't rebound. Randle mentally, again, can't get a technical on the bench. You got to be mentally tough. This is a big boy thing. You knew the Lakers were going to punch back. They're a resilient team. Mm-hmm. You know they're going to fight back. And I agree with you. We never gave up the lead, Sim. That was huge. I totally agree with that comment. And I also agree. I thought the 2 free throws to end the half to make it a 12-point game instead of a 10-point game. I thought that because we were stuck on that number. Yep. And then we finally got those 2 free throws, and maybe obviously it didn't. I mean, we stunk in the first few minutes of the third, but I don't know, man. I feel okay about it, even though we blew it. The fact that we won the game. Well, you won the game.
You know what I feel okay about, Spree? I feel okay that although we gave up a 25-point lead, right, that we continued to fight throughout the game, and we didn't get down. Okay, we didn't start feeling like, damn, we gave up a 25-point lead. We continued to fight, we continued to battle. We believed that we could beat them. As a matter of fact, Randle feels like he's better than Anthony Davis. I can see it when he's playing against him. He feels like Anthony Davis can't stop him. You know what I mean?
Melo did a dirty little shove to Randle. You saw that?
Yep. They were getting a little physical because, when the ball was going out of bounds or Anthony Davis was trying to get the rebound, Randle gave him a little bit of a push. Mm-hmm. Right? And then I think, Anthony Davis complained about it. The Knicks got the ball back. And then I think Randle was on the foul line one time and Davis gave him a little nudge. And then Carmelo Anthony gave Randle a little nudge. Yeah, they were getting a little chippy in there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the fact that, all right, Randle didn't need to get the technical, but the fact that the Knicks didn't back down when the Lakers were trying to get chippy is big to me.
I agree.
right?
That's a great point. No, we've seen this team wilt in down the stretch of games. They didn't wilt. They stood in the fight. So I agree with that comment.
Yeah.
I just like Randle. They were physical. It was a physical game. I would be upset too, but I need him to be mentally tough because, to be honest with you, that tech may have been a blessing in disguise because it kept Obi on the floor longer with the IQ, Burks, Fournier, Noel lineup, and they were kind of doing fine. IQ was fine by himself.
Yeah, and you know,
we got to find IQ more minutes, Sam. We got. I mean, look. I love Kemba, but did you feel like at times in this game we're like, man, we got to get IQ more minutes?
I mean, IQ is going to get him. First of all, that's Tom Thibodeau's boy. That's his guy. You know what I mean? You heard Tom Thibodeau talk about it earlier in the season in one of his interviews. He's been wanting Emmanuel quickly for a while. He's going to get the minutes. And, you know, Tom Thibodeau is, as much as people cry and complain and argue about the rotations, you know, he's trusting Quickly and Obi Toppin and trusting them with minutes down the stretch when they're playing well, you know, and sooner or later he's going to be like, okay, I don't need to be 8. I think they can make their way through it, right? If they're not playing well, I think he's going to trust them. The trust is going to grow, and he's going to extend that leash a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think so.
I mean, I was proud of him. I mean, like, we finished the game with IQ and Obi really. They were the reasons I know Randle was good on the boards. That's the one thing I'll give Randle tonight. Yep. I didn't love Randle at times with some stuff where it bogged down. It wasn't only him. I know we always go back to him, but I thought IQ and Obi honestly won us the game.
I thought
in
so
my
too.
opinion.
I thought so too.
Yeah, they the one who finished it out and kept us afloat.
I thought so too. I mean, you know, Tom Thibodeau had Randle up to the table about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You know, at that point, I was like, okay.
What was your thought at that point? Were you happy that he wasn't checking in?
I mean, when it was 3 minutes, and you know, I was like, okay, you know, I was like, they're doing good. Might as well let them rock. You know, but then when he brought him in, I understood why he was trying to bring him in. But when it got to about 1 minute and 30 seconds, I was like, what's the point? Just let him rock. Just let him roll out with it. You know, what's the point? But you know,
I feel like we're going to be doing that a lot this season, Sim. I feel like we're going to be doing that a lot in late in games where we're going. Like, we've already think about how many games. Like, this is not like last year where I feel like every game, Sim, we're talking about finishing the game. Like, we're scared of, you know, bringing back these dudes. I mean, because the energy and flow, like Mark talks about, which he's absolutely right, changes. So, I don't know, man. You know, Burks is my guy. He does that little scoop MJ layup. He'll give you one of those. And but it's a good win. We got to build off of it. I didn't love some of it. I got to go back and watch it. I don't want to just blame Randle. It wasn't only him, but Randle, I think, could have made a couple more hockey assist passes. Mm-hmm. I think Evan was open a few more times, but we take it, Sim, and I always like beating the Lakers.
Spree, let me ask you this. What do you take from, I think it was in the third quarter, Evan Fournier's in the corner. The shot clock is running down a little bit. Randle comes over there asking for the basketball. Evan Fournier says, no, I'm not going to give you the ball. Waves his hand. Randle moves out the way. Then Fournier goes to the basket. They didn't convert. You know what I mean? But
that means he wasn't supposed to be there.
I mean, the thing is, it's kind of like this. I coach a team. And I told my point guard tonight, if you see somebody in trouble, go get the basketball, right? Yeah. And so that might be what Randle's thinking was. It's not to me that he went and got the ball. To me, it's that Evan Fournier told him to get out the way. He moved out the way, and then Evan Fournier went to the basket. I feel like that's a big step for our offense.
Yeah, because
that's a great.
That's a great point. That is a big step,
man. We have to help Randle. It can't just because some of these decisions. It's not just him. It's the other guys telling him, Randle, snap out of it. Snap out of it. Go to this location, like Jason Kidd did with Carmelo. It's a little bit similar to that season where Jason Kidd was directing Melo and Chauncey. But teams are, Sam, I think that's a great point. I'm going to watch the film of that specific play, but I'll just leave you with this because, Mark's my boy, and I know he's going to comment on this. But I'll just say this. Teams are going to get physical with Julius. Mm-hmm. Every game, they're going to try to get in his head. How is Julius going to respond mentally? Is he going to wilt, or is he going to be mentally tough? That's what I need from him. And you're right, we got to direct him on the floor like Jason Kidd did with Carmelo and Chauncey. We all it's a unit. If you're not a unit, it's not going to work. You can't just play 1-on-5. But Mark, I'd like you to comment and celebrate the win, man. Celebrate the win.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, I'm celebrating the win because I said we about to go on this road trip, and we need every win possible because we could end up losing most of those games. So
what road trip? We play.
Well, the next couple of games, it's going to be hard, like with the teams that we go against.
We play Phoenix at home.
Oh, we play Phoenix at home?
And then we go to Atlanta.
A good team.
Right,
but,
they're a good team, and then we go to Atlanta.
They're one of the best teams in the league, 13 winning streaks.
No doubt about it. They're a tough
it's
team.
just, I want to get every win that I can get because this team we cannot trust from a night-to-night basis. We're not there yet. So, again, we're still in the scarcity. We're still in scarcity the way we think about this team. We can't trust this team yet as much as, when we get these wins. But again, this team is just very, very not consistent. That's the thing. And again, with the second quarter, what I didn't like in that second quarter, Julius is bringing up the ball too much, Sim. That's when the guards have to take the ball and bring it up sometimes. He was bringing it up all of the time. And that right there leads to him being tired. It leads to him when they start in the offense, it was looking bad. Sometimes the thing is, he was right. We have to direct him because he kind of get lackadaisical.
But we also got to get a guard that's going to do something. I'm sorry because in the second quarter, the Knicks were up 20. Avery Bradley stripped Kemba Walker.
Yep.
And then the ball went back into Julius Randle's hands. So I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. At that point, if I'm Julius, I'm like, okay, give me the rock, man. If he's gonna D you up, give me the damn rock. That's how I'm gonna be too. That's how I'm gonna be too.
He started to go Carmelo in some possessions.
No, but I get it. But still, we got to get some guards that's gonna be able to get the ball up the floor and initiate. Let me get to the phone call. Caller, you live. What's popping?
What's going on, man? It's your boy, Mr. Moore.
What's going on with you, man?
Where are we going to start at tonight, man?
Well, we starting with a win. That's where we started at tonight. We start with a win. We got the win, baby.
Win, but it's another sloppy win again, right? Now, this is my third time calling into this show for the year, and I've been preaching the same thing all year. The Knicks don't have no offensive identity whatsoever. That second unit, it seems to have something cooking, but that first unit, that ain't it. Why do we invest all that money into the point guard this year if, touche to your point, we got Julius bringing the ball up?
Because Kemba ain't doing nothing with it. That's why.
All he's doing is allowing the defense to sit on him easily. His man is coming up. It's already fucking messing shit up.
Language.
He's not doing nothing. Julius doesn't possess any kind of, out of this world attributes. He's not extremely fast. He doesn't dribble extremely well. He's not jumping out of the building. He's not a sharpshooter. So therefore, he's just a regular fundamental dude.
Let me ask you this, bro.
What I told you, Sam.
Hey, you doing too much with this man.
Yo, okay, listen. Can I ask you a question?
Right now, you know what I'm saying? Like my point.
Let me ask you a question.
You can't teach. You cannot teach year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 5, 6, and 7. These mistakes that he's making, he should have made them a long time ago.
Let me ask you a question.
Let me drafted him, but just his road that he took, man, is just an unfortunate situation for Julius. You know what I'm saying? His road. Everywhere he went, somebody came. They had anticipation on somebody else coming, so he never really got his turn until now. It sucks that it's the Knicks that he's getting his turn, but it's like it's not working out, man. That whole point guard thing with Kemba, it ain't working out either because he's not aggressive enough to do anything to the defense.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
I'm listening.
Who do you want to facilitate our offense on this team right now?
Did you see what Burks did? Burks knows how to break down a double team. He approaches the double team the right way with his face looking forward, not his back to the basket. That's how Julius approaches the double team.
So you want Burks?
The ball. As soon as you spin, the double is there. I watched him pump fake like 4 times,
bro. So you think that you think Alec Burks? You think Alec Burks?
I thought the coach was gonna bless the bench with the rest.
Can we have a conversation, or are you gonna scream?
What happened?
Can we have a conversation, or are you gonna scream? Can we have a conversation, or are you gonna scream? No. I want to have a conversation.
Didn't get into the game for the last 30 seconds, man. They let him in.
All right. He's not trying to have a conversation. I gotta cut it off.
He blacked out.
Listen, people. If you're gonna call up, you can be emotional. That's cool, but you gotta at least have a conversation. You're not just gonna go on and on and on when we're trying to have a conversation. I'm trying to ask the brothers some questions.
New Yorkers, bro.
And let me make a quick comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I wanna do just a few quick hits, okay? I know there's a Polish Knicks fan out there that's very happy about what he saw from Fournier waving off Julius Randle. On the point about Alec Burks, I love what Alec Burks is doing for us right now. But let's remember who we're dealing with. Okay, we got Knicks fans trying to overdose on Burks. Trust me. Okay, keep that dosage where it's at and keep him slowly eating his way into more minutes on this team, and he'll land where he lands in the rotation share. Okay? Now, I want to give you one quick observation, right? The last time I was on this show, I said I wanted to see the off-ball movement and I wanted to see some more cuts. And we got the off-ball movement tonight, and we got the cuts, and we were swinging that rock, okay? Obi Toppin stuffed the stat sheet tonight. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, okay? 1 block, 1 steal. Fam, these youngsters, when you have him, when you have Quickly, when you got... I think there was a moment where it was Quickly, it was Obi, it was Randle, and I think Burks was out there too. I think we got something going with that rotation right there. Okay? I think that's very interesting how they played tonight, how the ball moved, and even if we don't like Julius Randle bringing the ball up all the time, it allows people that he's on the court with most of the time to make their cuts and get to where they need to be, because I find that when he has the rock early on in the shot clock, we get less last-second passes late in the shot clock that lead to the shot clock violation turnovers, which eat me alive every time we get them.
Yeah. I mean, well, listen, I mean, I'm in agreement with most people. I don't want Julius Randle to have to bring the ball up every single time, right? Because he doesn't make enough. LeBron James makes a good decision every single time he has the ball.
Yeah, that's why you're okay with him.
Or 98% of the time, right? Julius Randle is at about 70%.
I would say 65.
You know what I'm saying? All right, we can take that. I mean, right now he's what we have. So we're going to rock with it until we get somebody who can do it better. We thought Kemba was going to be the guy who can do it better, and he's not. Big shout out to De La Music. Thank you for the super chat. And he's not. So we got to rock with what we're doing. Eventually, if we want to take a step to another level, you know, we got to get someone who
someone said that Carlo was worse than me. Wow, that was a great compliment.
I mean, you know, Cuz was wilding out. I'm trying to have a conversation with him.
He probably was from the Bronx, bro. He sounded like he was from the Bronx, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah, from the Mission.
Yeah.
Gotta laugh at the moment, bro. Y'all all the way up there.
Yeah. Ayab Matan, hopefully I said your name correctly. Thank you for the super chat. He said, Obi and IQ are the future. Don't trade them for anything. Right now, they're looking at, they're looking like a big part to this puzzle.
Like pieces, bro.
You know
they are looking like when they're able to play their position and play their role, they look like guys I can count on. Like when Quickly and Obi get on the floor, I get happy because they are moving the ball They're just doing the right things. It's just when you watch that, it gives you a sense of joy when you can enjoy the team, bro. They're smart in what they're doing.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love it.
No doubt. Let me get you another call here. Caller, you live. Tell me your name and where you from.
This is Rob the Nick. What's up, Sam?
Rob the Nick. What's poppin', brother? How
Rob,
you feeling, man? It's been a minute. Glad to hear from you.
I know, man. I can't find my way on to the show. I don't know the secret code to get in.
I got you, man.
I was still on. I'm still looking on StreamYard to try to find y'all. I can't find it.
I got you, man.
So that's like I ain't really been on, but I'm gonna have to hit you on. I'm gonna have to hit you on the DM and you get me so I can get on because I miss being on.
Yeah.
But yo, dude, bugged out. Who was on the phone? What did he call from the psycho ward?
I mean, I don't know. He's hyped up, man.
He called like we lost. I was like, wow. But nah, people got hate for Randle though. You know, he makes his mistakes, but he's not a bad player. You know, and to treat Randle like that, all on what he done for us, is it's kind of wrong though. You know, we played the game, but that's us. Like I always said last year, we gonna win games we supposed to lose. We gonna lose games we supposed to win. We not gonna keep a lead because we're not all the way there yet. But on our wins, man, we can't have all the everything criticizes on Randle, and it shouldn't be that way. Randle is not the one. Randle did not play that bad for all the criticism to be on him.
He played good.
It was enough blame to go around for that 25-point lead getting snatched away. It wasn't just him.
Yeah.
Kemba is not the one for the job. We need to start exploring in another direction. If you're going to bring in Bert or you bring in quickly, we got to do something with that because
let me ask you, Rob. Let me ask you, Rob. First, do you think? Two questions. Do you think politics will allow Kemba to go to the bench for Quickly or Burks? Okay, so that's the first question. And then the second question, if you're going to replace Kemba in that starting unit, would you rather do it with Quickly or would you rather do it with Burks?
Me personally, I feel as though I would go with Quickly, even though they say that the second unit will suffer. But I feel as though if you play good enough, that you should be the ultimate starter. It's up to Tibbs to fix that second unit. Because if you play good enough to get the minutes to be a starter, that means as though you're heading the trajectory in your career is going up. And you shouldn't have to be held down on a smaller level when you're becoming a starter. Give him the starter minutes, and then if you're going to move Kemba down since he's a veteran, you can put him in that second unit. And then if he don't work to that second unit, you got to remove him like you did Knox. He makes the same money as Knox, so I don't see that is a big thing. If he was able to do that with Knox, but you give the veteran a shot. But I go with Quickly. And is there politics in there? It's veteran politics, I'm sure. That's part of the reason why you just don't want to go right there. But at the end of the day, if you're going to want to make a playoff run and get a good seeding, you're going to have to move Kemba. It's like because everybody's going to get on you sooner or later. Everybody is in all Kemba because you're back in New York. But sooner or later, we all know that's going to fade. The Knicks don't care. The Knicks fans don't really care. They might give you, a little heartfelt in the beginning, but sooner or later, it's going to get real. And they're going to be coming after Kemba. So if he want to wait along for that, if Tibbs want to wait along for that and get everything in the media where the sports writers are talking about Kemba just because of his defense and he's not hitting shots, I always said that Kemba was a street shooter from the beginning. From the beginning. Even when he was in Charlotte, he was like a 43% career shooter, but seeing him play, then when he plays New York, he'll get a couple of games and that's where we look.
Got him 3 years too late.
The grass is green on the other side with him. Because once he's up front and you're looking at him, he's not that product that you want.
Right.
So they're gonna have to do something. We're gonna almost be 25 in. I'm gonna be down in the land on the 20th game, and I'm gonna give a look at him.
Yeah.
I can tell you this.
I can tell you this, Rob. I can tell you this. On the 20th game, at the end of that 20th game, we will be no worse than 500.
Great.
That's right. That's true.
Right?
That's
we
true.
will be no worse than 500.
Yeah. No worse than 500. That's that's a
hopefully
give
we'll be
me right
better.
there. Yeah,
Hopefully-
that's true indeed.
Yeah,
and it's
hopefully
better
we'll
than
be better.
last year at 20 games. So it's something to look at. He might have to go a little bit further. But do you agree with the Kemba situation? What you think about Kemba?
I'm willing to go a little bit more, see how, things start to work between him and Randle and Fournier, because I've seen some things between him and Randle, hopefully, beginning to work a little bit as far as the screen and roll. I've seen more screen and rolls where Randle gets to the cup for a dunk or a layup more times this season than I did all of last season.
Yeah.
Already,
He done
so if that continues to develop, it could help. I don't want Kemba to score. I don't care if he's scoring 20. I never thought this year he was going to score that. I thought he was going to be a 12 to 14 point per game scorer, and then he was going to be more of a facilitator out there. The painful part is, the defense. That's the painful part. But, hey, let me get to this.
Atrocious.
I want to get to this comment real quick. Nikki Barrett. I said Barrett. Nikki Barrett. I like your avatar too, man. Dope avatar. Said Randle played well, and he was the one holding down AD all night, and he outplayed him. What games do y'all be watching? Yeah, no doubt about that.
No one said anything about Randle not holding AD down.
I mean, I'm gonna give him some hand claps. Sorry, Mark.
Yes. He was referring. He's referring that question like we said that Randle did a bad job against AD.
No. What he's saying is people are coming at Randle.
The guy came out the Psycho Award. You see how he came on? Sims couldn't even get him to be quiet.
He only came at him for the second quarter. No, he only came at him for what you saw in the second quarter. That's what happened.
But Rob, to answer your question though, I mean, I'm willing to give it a little bit more time, but because defensively right now, over the past 8 games, we've been playing very well. We gave up 109 to Chicago. That's been the highest over the last 8 games. Yeah. We just gave up 100 points to the Lakers. You know what I mean? And we've been holding teams to 100 points scoring per game. You know what I mean? So, we can look at one player, but in the end, it's about the collective unit and what are we doing as a team. You know what I'm saying?
But what's going on with your man RJ, man? I'm getting kind of sick of him.
I mean, RJ played well tonight, though. Hold up. RJ played well tonight.
Man, RJ had that in the first quarter. RJ played a little bit well, but from where he was at last year and what he's doing now we're just getting play well games. But on the overall, his season is sucking.
Well, I mean,
whoa. Let me address that, Sim.
Okay.
Let me get it Rob the Nick right quick about this one, all right? Because everybody got my brother. I got love for you, man. But
same here, bro.
I appreciate that, brother. We cannot lose sight of what RJ's assignment was for this year. We're grooming a go-to defensive stalwart in RJ Barrett. He's trying to make an all-defensive team, and he's been doing a pretty bang-up job in that regard. The only thing that he's doing that we need to be worried about is that he cannot finish at the rim, and he takes one step too few when he drives to the bucket. Everything else, we can start him out.
That jump shot is suffering. That jump shot suffering. What he shooting about 33, 34% from the field? He's suffering. He's suffering on his shot. Now, if you're going to blame it on the defense right there, that's why it looks real good that if you think like if Obi can play the 3, because it looks like he's a better shooter than RJ. And that's just on the eye test.
I'm glad you brought up Obi, right?
If he's not going to be that lockdown defender out there like he's trying to be, and which now, and so far this year, we have no proof of, so he's looking kind of suspect out there. I'm going to have to go back to that Landry Fields comparison. He's looking kind of suspect.
I see what you're getting at, but let me give you this, right? no matter how bad of a game RJ has on one side of the floor, he's going to give you something on the other side of the floor. He has never been useless in a game.
No, he's not useless.
Okay.
So, but his trajectory from when we was looking at him last year to this year right now, it's like, I was expecting big things for him from last season and the come up that he was doing. But now,
Rob, you remember how he started the season last year?
Yeah.
It's a long
but he
season,
had
bro.
fixed that against Indiana as he come on. But we're 20 games in. He had it kind of fixed in 20 games in.
He
He
kind
probably
long
took him
season,
about
bro.
10 games to get right last year. Now we going into 20.
RJ, first of all,
I am going to
his
say this,
first
Rob.
season-
Hold on 1 second. I am going to say this. Everybody in that starting unit across the board, their numbers are down.
aggressive.
Everybody, not just RJ. Everybody's numbers are down across the board. Even Randle.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, but it seems like everybody is they quick to talk about Randle in his situation, but RJ just goes under the radar like RJ is going to be all right. But no, I don't see as RJ being all right until he shows me he's all right.
Okay.
And right now, it
Check
doesn't
me
look
out.
like it. Randle is
Check
taking
me
all
out.
the hits while RJ is creeping in the dark. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's speaking on it. And I don't think that's
RJ
right
has
either, because
done.
he's the second one in command on this team. Everybody else follows under them two. I don't care that
Fair.
Kemba came and Fournier, but the pecking order is Randle, RJ, and then the rest of them. So if them two don't got their stuff together, you really can't be worried about Fournier or Kemba to that standpoint. Because
Rob is
they're
on
the ones
fire
that set the table. And
Rob,
our
that's
table
a
is
fair
not being
point.
set correctly right now.
Rob, that's a
You know,
fair
you got
point.
the forks on the wrong side, the spoons over here. You know, no napkins on the table. It don't look like a Thanksgiving meal with them too.
Okay.
They gotta
Okay.
they gotta fix it.
Yeah.
RJ, all right, Rob, fair point. He's second in command, but let me say this. Everything we've asked of him, he's embraced the challenge and he's addressed it. He reformed his shot. He had half of a rookie season, okay? And not only did
Oh, we passed
did
that, Savvy. We passed
defenses-
that. That's not even.
Wait a minute.
That's
Wait
not
a minute
even
now.
a vocal point of conversation no more about all
The
that.
reason
We
why
can't
I
even
bring
go
that
there.
up is because
His
we
season.
can't put him on a
Because
standard
Obi didn't even have that.
progression scale.
If we gonna go there, Obi didn't even have that.
Hey, Rob.
Oh,
Hey, Rob.
we can't really be looking
He
at
had
that.
more time in the cooker, and he came in more ready because he was coming off of a longer college career than RJ had, and all he had to do was figure out the pace. RJ is being asked to do several things in his capacity that we didn't ask of Obi coming out the gate. One thing that you're right about, okay, is that he's not scoring the way he needs to. But I've seen several occasions where RJ gets himself wide open and we don't find him. Okay?
And then when you do find him, he misses it.
whether you want to speculate as to whether he would have hit that shot or missed it, we could speculate. But a missed opportunity is a missed opportunity. At least the brother knows how to get himself open, and that's half the battle.
Yeah.
Now, he reformed his shot, and I guarantee you, if we find him open at those lines more often, he will complete more and he will score more points. He shot from a good clip tonight, and I think he can do better.
Savvy, he's just not. He's not a consistent.
adjustment.
Yeah, he's not a consistent player. That's his game.
Exactly.
This kid, he's not a consistent
On one side of the
player.
floor, offensively, defensively, and everything else.
Even defense too, bro. He gets beat a lot, bro.
He get backdoored. He do be getting
Man,
backdoored.
I think he's playing. You know, listen, he's still learning
He's gonna
how
get
to
beat
play
on every
defense.
play, right? He's gonna
Oh.
try. Like he tries, but he just tends to get beat because the offensive play tends to be more faster than him. It's not that he's just out there allowing people to
But
do it.
don't you
He
notice
tries.
every time he gets beat, it's by a way superior offensive player who's been established for a long time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, hey Rob, I appreciate your call. I'm gonna let you rock. I
Okay,
know I got
no
some
problem.
other people calling.
Yeah, I'm
in.
gonna listen to the rest. But yeah,
Hey,
doubt.
I'm gonna
Rob,
get with
we
you.
need you on the panel, fam.
We'll get him up here. But I mean, you know, RJ, I think is playing well defensively. He rebounds the basketball. I think he had 7 rebounds
Yes.
tonight. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I do understand, you know, about his scoring and things like that. You know what I mean? But the offense is going through a transformation, if you want to say.
Yeah.
And he's figuring out his role in that offense too.
Thank you.
Just like Randle, just like Fournier, just like Kemba. Everyone's figuring things out. That's why
The whole starting unit. The whole starting unit.
That's why. That's why. Hold on.
The whole starting unit.
Yeah.
That's why their numbers, everybody's numbers are down.
Queen Stephanie called this in the offseason before it happened. He was going to have a diminished role, and he was going to have to develop a new repertoire and a higher clip in order to have the same impact he gave us last year, and it's coming true.
Bro, he's Luol Deng in this offense, bro. Simple as that.
All right. Well, hey, let me get to some stuff. Let me get to some stuff. Remember, let's let people finish what they're saying and then jump in. I'm trying to figure out if we won or lost tonight. To be honest with you, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know.
We got the dub. We talked about the dub.
All right. Let me say what I'm about to say, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a live podcast on November the 30th. A live podcast and watch party. It's free entry. All you got to do is register. November the 30th at Legends in New York City. A live podcast and watch party. We're watching the Knicks versus the Nets. It's going to be dope. It's going to be fun. I want you to be there. I want you to join us. Go to nbkfam.com and register. Free entry. Free entry. All right? There's a link in the description of this video right now so that you can go sign up. Don't leave yet. Stay here on the podcast, and then, when it's over, go sign up. All right, because we got some more to talk about. We want to get into, we want to get into this Phoenix Sun game. I want to find out who your player of the game was and stuff like that. Let me get to the phone call, and then I'll get back to you. All right, we'll talk about player of the game, play of the game, all of that stuff. Let me get to this phone call here. Kareem, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
Hey, what's up, son? How's it going?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
I can't complain, man. I'm doing well.
All right. What's your thoughts about the game, man? People are pumped up tonight. We won, but people are still kind of pumped up about some of the bad things that we've seen take place tonight. But it's cool. We scraped out the victory. We're 10-8 on the season. We're currently in the sixth spot in the Eastern Conference. All right, we're a half game behind the Charlotte Hornets. We are 1.5 games behind the Wizards. We're 3 games out of the first spot in the Eastern Conference. And if somehow, some way, we find a way to beat Phoenix and Atlanta,
Atlanta's coming back up too.
We'll see what's up. Yeah, Atlanta, they're 9-9 now. They've won 5 straight.
There we go.
So, and the Phoenix Suns, they've won 13 straight. So we got two tough matchups coming up in a row. But anyway, Kareem, what's popping, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Shout out to my bro Mark, man. Long time no see, man. Shout out to
Love you, big Kareem.
Well,
love you, boy.
Yes, sir. Likewise, man. Yeah, man. What I'm gonna tell you something. When I first started watching the game and I saw the ball movement, got to give a shout out to Tibbs for shaking up the rotation. It definitely worked. So I knew we were going to win the game. The run, I'm not mad at. Like, let's be real. We talking about the Lakers here. Like, they were going to go on a run. That was inevitable. That was going to happen. But I like the way we responded. Every time they would inch it close, we would go on our little runs and stops. We rebounded the ball well. We took care of the ball for the most part. I like what I saw tonight. And if we could carry this on moving forward, we'll be successful.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And slowly but surely, we're doing things better, and we got to start taking what we do well, package it, and bringing it to the next game. You know what I mean? And then start extending the length of time that we play well, extending it throughout the games. You know what I mean? Because right now we play well, and then we have a quarter where we don't play well. Then we play well, then we have a stretch where we don't play well. We got to learn how to extend our good play throughout the game. We're learning.
Well, Sim, I'm going to tell you something, bro. When we don't do well? When we don't move the ball.
Well, yeah, right.
When you looked at this game, there was and I'm glad it didn't last long. It was a stretch where we just kept holding the ball. And what happened?
Cool.
Turning the ball over, running the shot clock down. We can't do that. We cannot do that. We have to keep moving that ball. And, you see when we move the ball, we get good shots. We were making them. So I was definitely happy about the game tonight. And I think, we could carry, like I said again, if we get carried on to the games moving forward, I think we'd be successful. And also, too, Sam, I was watching a show. I don't know who this commentator was, but the dude was saying that he believes that the Knicks are going to snap the Suns' winning streak.
I'll take that.
So,
I'll take that.
He was saying that he feels they're going to come in and snap the streak. But it was a great game tonight. Definitely I spoke about Obi, man. The kid is super athletic, man. Oh my God. Jump out the gym, man. And he's using it to rebound, he's using it to beat people, and it just shows, man, like, he's gifted, man. Athletically. Definitely gifted athletically.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, Kareem, man, I appreciate the call. I'm going to listen to Evan Fournier, hear what he has to say about tonight's game.
Kareem.
All right? Appreciate the time, man.
Yes.
Hopefully we're going to see you at the podcast, the live podcast, November 30th at Legends.
Oh, yeah. I registered already.
Yeah,
I registered
right.
the last post-game show you had.
Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
Likewise, definitely,
right.
man. Appreciate you having me. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. Man, Tony Crow, Savvy, yes, sir. Mark.
You already know, boy.
All right, let's get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to listen into Evan Fournier. All right, this is Evan Fournier in the post game. See what he had to say.
Moments where they've been struggling, but today you guys build a huge lead, see it disappear, and then you guys rebound. What happened to lose it and to rebound like what you guys did?
Sorry?
What happened to lose the lead, but to come back, stabilize, and regain
it? We've made some plays down the stretch, at the end of fourth quarter that kept us in a good position. I think we were up 10 and, we kept having a comfortable lead. But, I think this game is a perfect example on how we play. We are very capable of playing really, really good basketball, getting big leads, and all of a sudden, not so well. And they get comfortable and we lose rhythm and we let them back into the game. It would be really interesting to find a stat and see, in all the games that we've played, how many times we've had like a 15-point lead. I'm confident, it would be like 3/4 of the games. And, we have to keep playing the same way. Up 20, down 15, tie game. Like, for us, I think the key is going to be to find that balance and that rhythm, We can be really good, man. We just have to, trust how we play and when we have a way to play, just stay with it.
Do you feel more comfortable today?
Yeah, I'm trying to, regardless of what's going on and how we play and, outside circumstances, I always try to, focus on myself, look at myself, and try to play the best I can, I can. So, trying to be aggressive, trying to take what's in front of me, and be decisive in everything I do.
18 games in, 18 games in. Obviously, you started this year. You talk about wanting to play like consistently the same night. Do you think it's a matter of kind of spending more time together, or is it more so just?
It's a little bit of both. It's always complicated to add someone to a lineup, but 2 or 3 guys, it's definitely different, and you have to find that thing that works. And at times we do it, so it's not like we're not capable. I thought we played really well to start the game, but let's not keep talking about that, because we all have a positive attitude about it. We all want to move forward. We all want to play well. We all want to win games, and I think our attitude is great right now. We're heading into the right direction, and that's very encouraging, I think.
Do you feel more comfortable when you're playing in that fourth quarter as opposed to sitting on the bench?
Come on, man. You think I mean, what do you want me to say? Of course, I'm more comfortable on the court than on the bench. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, as a player, you want to, you know, stay on the court as long as possible. I enjoy the moment, and yeah, 100%, man.
Oh Lord.
Second unit didn't have Barrett Rose today, yet they spoke out and they leaned minutes. And that group seems to just be running their minutes almost no matter who you switch in and switch out of. But what is, you know, from your perspective, what's making this
Well, I'm not gonna talk about tonight, but if you look at, you know, the second unit, I think that the key for them is that they have 3 different ball handlers, and they literally really all handle the ball and all share it. And, you know, one time AB brings it up, one time Quick brings it up, one time D-Rose brings it up. You have Obi as a stretch forward that he's constantly taking the ball from one side to the other. He's always running with a lot of energy, and he's always moving, sometimes too much. And, you know, you have Nurse, who's a really good roller, and, you know, Taj, when he's in the lineup, you know, creates opportunities for everyone by setting great screens. So I think it's just a mix of guys playing free, literally hooping, and you can feel that they are playing really well together.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen it. Subscribe to the Knicks YouTube page for more videos. If you want to see more post-game interviews and things like that, make sure you go subscribe to it. Mark, I see you laughing.
Yo, Fournier just exposed the starting lineup just now.
What you mean he exposed? I mean, he was asked about the second unit and why do they play well together. What do you want him to say?
No, he was saying things that he feels like the starting lineup should do, where guys move from side to side. He was distinctly going down the list of guys who play in that second unit and what they're doing, why they're so successful.
That's what he was asked.
Yeah, but it's something that the starting lineup do not do. So he's kind of exposing the starting lineup. And Birdman, what a dumb question is that?
But I don't think he was. I don't think he was purposely trying I'm going to expose these guys.
No,
he was asked, why does the second unit play well? And he broke it down. They got multiple ball handlers. Obi does this. Does that. Todd Gibson does that.
Because it's working. So it's like, people are going to be more excited about what's working. So then you gotta look down. You gotta look down and say, why are those other guys not doing that? Huh? That's how I look at it.
Mark, you looking for drama, Mark. You looking for drama, bro.
I'm just saying. I just want to know if the chat agrees with me or not. That's how I felt.
You looking for drama, bro.
The most distinct thing he said to me was that they're just hooping, and I think that's what it boils down to.
It does. They're hooping and they're not.
Even the chat agrees with me, Sid.
Okay, they're hooping and they're not thinking.
Right.
That's what it boils down to.
Right.
They're hooping. They're not thinking.
And they're not ball watching either.
Yeah, the guys are moving side to side.
He didn't say the guys are moving side to side. He said Obi moves side to side.
Okay.
He didn't say the guys are moving side to side. He was breaking down what each person does in the second unit's offense. And he said, Obi, he does a good job moving side to side, playing with energy, sometimes playing with too much energy.
Answer question, Sam.
And he runs in transition.
Plays similar to something like that, because he can move. Our starting line will be a lot more dynamic.
Randle and Obi are totally different type of players.
But no, what I'm saying,
totally different type of players.
No, what I'm saying, they different in players, but I'm talking about the movement. I'm just talking about the movement. Just him as a player. He can move. He can slash. He can move. It's not something that,
So tell that to Tom Thibodeau and tell them to have Randle do that in the offense.
You're right. Well,
he's doing what the coaches tell him to do. But they're two totally different types of players.
Yeah, what I'm saying, Randall's already have a habit of playing the same style that he plays, so there's no change in that. So it's kind of beating at the drum. But I'm just saying he has the capabilities of moving. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right. Let's listen to Randle. Let's listen to Randle. This is what Randall's got to say.
Fundamentals, man. Ball goes up, check him in, find the ball. You also got to know who's in the game. Dwight's in the game. He's an excellent offensive rebounder, very strong. AD's an excellent offensive rebounder, so you got to note that and help people out too.
Even though they didn't have LeBron and you guys had a 24-point lead, is it still a good step out for this team?
Yeah.
In what way?
Just our fight. Like, we got off to a good start. We had a good third quarter. It's a good step in the right direction. And we withstood their run. They have great players, great team, so they're going to make runs. 20-point leads in this league aren't safe with the way the three ball is shot and how fast the game is played. So you got to understand that they're going to make runs, and we withheld it and, still, defended and got good shots on the other end.
What do you think of the way you guys kind of regained control of the game after you had to go to the bench?
It was amazing. It was amazing. Really good. Energy, fight, stop and rebound and come back in on the other end and get what we want. And we just tried to attack mismatches and, make decisions.
Is this one of those situations where Emmanuel is just fearless? I know we've said that a lot about him, but taking those shots and making those shots.
Yeah, he's fearless. And I'll say it again, he's fearless because he works the way he works. So it doesn't surprise me.
How surprised were you to pick up a technical from the bench?
I ain't commenting on it, bro. I can't talk about those guys.
What do you think the offense needs to be running, with the flow? So
just pace, energy. I think, our offense starts with us getting stops. I think that energizes us.
Julius, 2 of these last 3 games, Evans kind of caught fire for 3. What's your perspective of that? Where do you see this working?
Just taking what the defense gives him. He's finding space. Running the floor really well, running the floor long, and finding space and making himself available. From my perspective, making himself available on a double team, and we're finding him. He's a great player. He's been a really good player in this league for a long time, and can really shoot the ball. So we got to take advantage of that.
Now, I'm curious to get your perspective. The bench unit, like tonight, doesn't have Barrett. Those guys still go out there without him and win their minutes in the fourth quarter. What is it about that group, whether you're playing with them sometimes or sitting on the bench, that just kind of consistently seems to keep them, winning their minutes?
They play fast, and they let everybody play to their strengths. Can't put a leash on Quick. He's a guy who can get extremely hot really fast. AB's great, especially in the fourth quarters. D Rose is D Rose, so and all those guys. Obi, he brings consistent energy to that unit, like Nurls or Mitch or Taj, whoever's in that unit. They do all the little things: defend, block shots, rebound. That unit is great. They were great for us last year, and they've been great this year.
To get some of the open looks for that team last year, did you see that eventually developing? Do you have any mind?
Yeah, it definitely will develop. This is 19 games in, 18 games in. I mean, this shit takes time, bro. Like, and the thing about us is we've stayed encouraged, we stayed positive, we had highs, we had lows. But once it starts clicking, we're going to be a really, really good team. And we're starting to take a step in the right direction. And like I said before, he's a huge part of our team. So, I'll make sure that, establish him and he gets comfortable. Kemba, everybody gets comfortable. to where we just going out there, we playing, and we know what's gonna happen. We know where our shots gonna come from. We know that we have each other's back on the defensive end. That's what makes the game fun.
All right. Thanks, Jules.
All right. So, Mark, who was he taking shots at?
No, he wasn't taking shots at the team. He recognized how good the second unit is because they've been saving our behind.
So he wasn't exposing them.
Yeah, was he exposing them?
When he said they let everybody play to their strengths?
No. How they expose? Because they're going out and showing?
No. Was he
the first unit
did he
doesn't
expose
let
the starters?
everybody play to their strengths?
No, because the first unit don't play with energy and the rhythm that is necessary for them to look good how they looked in the first quarter. And that's due to some of the players that's just on the floor in the first quarter with it, the starting lineup.
I think you missed the point. But anyway, do you see Evan Fournier and Julius Randle, that connection? Tony, I'll start with you. Starting to come together?
I think so. I mean, I like Randall said, when they all start clicking, well, first it takes time, and it's only 18 games in. Like it took time last year as well, and people tend to forget that. They looked at the finished product and looking at where we are right now, like, hey, what's going on? But it takes time, especially with new guys being implemented. The coach is even changing up some things that he wasn't really doing last year. So, who?
Wait, I'm
Who's
saying
the coach?
who don't play to their strengths? Because I think Randall still plays to his strengths. It's the same Randall.
All right, back to that real quick. I don't think Kemba's playing to his strength, and I don't.
Kemba don't have any needs to be able to play to his strength.
Let him finish. Stop cutting.
Both of those guys, Kemba and Fournier, are used to being ball dominant. They have not had the opportunity to be ball dominant on this team. When they start getting some more control of the ball and being able to make decisions for themselves, I think the team will play better. And I think Julius knows that too. And I think they're leading towards that. You're seeing Fournier get more opportunities. As of late, we've seen Kemba get more opportunities. The pick and roll, where he gets to make the decision. Do I take this shot or do I give it Julius an easy shot? That's going to help this team. And we see the same thing with Fournier.
Okay. Fournier was never a dominant ball hogger. He's a guy that plays on rhythm, moves off the ball. And whoever has the ball in here is required for them to move the ball from side to side on the floor. That's what you saw in the first quarter. There's times where Julius Randle does it, and there's sometimes where he reverts going back to his strengths. And it happened today when he did it in the second quarter. He was going ISO. You come up the court, dribble up the ball, come up the court. He stagnated the offense in the second quarter. If I'm lying, you can go back and watch the second quarter. The only person that plays to their strengths because he's the one with the ball in his hand is Randle. When you talk about Kimba's a different story because, again, like I said, his knees he don't have the burst that is required for him to play his game. So once he don't have that, he becomes a very limited player. Fournier is a guy that plays off rhythm, spacing, and ball movement. Everywhere he went, that's how he plays. And it's required for whoever is the main handler of the team to get rid of the ball when necessary.
Okay, so I want to go back. I want to go back and talk about Randle.
When Fournier was there.
Wasn't
he didn't have the ball in his hand?
Wait. Cole Anthony was playing at the time, right?
Cole Anthony came last year.
Fournier is not known for being a ball dominant guard, bro.
Well, anyway, I want to go back to talk about Julius Randle and Evan Fournier. You know what I'm saying? Because, as far as I'm concerned, Evan Fournier has been getting plenty of open shots in this offense. He's been missing them. He hit them tonight. He's been getting wide open shots. He hit them tonight. Any offense is going to look like it's doing, is playing fluently when you're hitting the shots. They hit their shots in the first quarter tonight. But Savvy, Julius Randle, Evan Fournier is. I think Kemba and Julius's chemistry is starting to build. Do you see
Yes.
Evan Fournier and Julius Randle, their chemistry starting to build more? I mean,
I think what we're seeing is a development of respect for the decision-making capabilities of each player.
I agree.
Which is why I would like to see a couple of times in a game where Fournier could be the one to bring the ball up the court in times where Kemba is not doing a good job of facilitating, because I want to see how he deliberates and how judicious he is with this newfound stature that he has in terms of decision making on this team. I want to just give a little bit of context. Randle is coming off a season where he was largely a part of the reason why we even made it back to the playoffs. Got a chant in Atlanta calling him overrated after he won MIP, and he's still playing for a coach that he said, I love him, and he's going to trust Thibodeau, whatever Thibodeau chooses to do with who is going to be the one bringing up the ball and making the decisions to distribute, right? In times where our guards are not hitting their shots and defenses can lock in on Randle, he's got to sort of know when to fall back into what he was doing before, because now he has to over-accommodate that lack of production. But like you said, when guys are hitting their shots and we're forcing defenses to commit and we're creating that space for him, now he can give some of that leeway back and be like, all right, I'm going to let you rock. I'm going to let you cook. I'm going to try to get myself open and create some opportunities for a screen and roll, right? I'm going to try to get into the paint, and I'm going to try to do everything that I can off ball to allow you to get your opportunity and be there to clean it up if need be.
Savvy,
and I think, go on.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the starting lineup played with the necessary energy the last few games? Prior to the first quarter of this game, prior to this game, because we played with energy, but there was never consistent playing with energy. That first, the starting five.
I think there was energy. I think consistency in general has been absent from the starting five in several formats, and I think it could look like a lack of energy, but maybe we just have the kind of guys in that unit where when you put them together, they do better when they slow things down and make more deliberate decisions and cuts to try to open up lanes. Right?
But Savvy, I think it's more than that. And I think Julius Randle alluded to it. Even Evan Fournier alluded to it. When you're thinking about the game, it's hard to play with energy. And I will hold true to that. When you're thinking about where do I get my shot? How do I help this guy get his shot? How do I do this? Where do I cut? Where do I go? You play slower. We got to give them a little bit of time. This is why when Rob asked me about Kemba, I'm like, I'm willing to give it more time, because you got to let them get to the point where they're playing without thinking, where they're hooping. Exactly. That's what Evan Fournier said about the second unit. They're hooping. When they're hooping, they're not thinking. They're playing. They're reacting. They're not thinking. We got to give this time. We got to get this time to get there.
Sim, do you remember that time when Derrick Rose drove up the right elbow, right? And then he jumped and he turned and he tried to dish it off. I forget who he tried to throw it to. Maybe it was RJ, maybe it was IQ, right? But it went out of bounds. And then he said, he told him, I'm always going to look for you there.
Yes.
That and when we first got Quickly and he was with that second unit, he would give Quickly the ball and be like, no, bring it up. And he was coaching him along on the floor. That's leadership. That's how you build familiarity. We're not seeing that level of communication between these guys. They're more of a trial and error type of partnership.
It's not even that too. With the starting lineup, when they get hit and they get hit hard, they don't play they don't play like on to the next play. When they get hit hard, they get their head down. They get very weary about when they're on the floor together. So there's no confidence amongst those guys again because they're not.
That's true, but I think it comes down to a lack of a fallback plan. If you have a plan B in place when plan A fails, you can go straight to plan B. But when you don't have something and it's just an unknown situation, that's when it can get kind of discouraging.
So when you watch the first quarter today, the ball was moving side to side.
Yes.
That's how you garner the energy. That's how you get rhythm in the game, that everyone feels like when I get the ball, I can make the shot because the energy's in the ball. They don't play like that because, again, some people revert to their game. Sometimes it don't work out. Sometimes teams play you differently defensively, but they do not play hard. They do not play hard because there's a contrast every time the bench come in. Because even when the bench get hit,
but see, we went through that before. They're not going to play the same way the bench plays. Let's move on and talk about Phoenix. But they're not going to play. They're a different style of team.
I'm talking about
It's a different style of team. They're not going to run up and down the floor. They're not jumping over people. You know what I mean? So that energy is going to always look different.
No, I'm not talking about offensively. I'm talking about defensively.
Even the entire team is playing okay defensively right now.
No, but with the second unit, like I said, they play with a different intensity. You see it. You see it when the starter line.
Offensively, they do. I don't know about defensively.
And defensively, that second unit comes with it.
They're good. I'm not saying they're not good, but the starters are playing pretty good defense right now as well. You don't get that by you don't hold a team to 100 points without the entire unit playing pretty good defense, and that's what they've been doing over the last 8 games.
And this is why people are so down on RJ at the moment, because there's so many intangible things that happen on the floor. And I'm not saying this about Mark because Mark is a very astute basketball viewer, right? But a lot of people do not acknowledge properly some of the intangible attributes that players have, especially when you put 2 guys out there on the court together and you observe their tendencies that leads to some of this defense by committee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not playing hard. Period.
Let's get to it. It's not always just playing hard. You go sometimes you gotta play smart.
I think it's more attitude than playing hard.
There are there's so many more intricacies that come with basketball than just playing hard. A lot more intricacies than just playing hard. Playing hard is a big part of it and will keep you in just about every game playing hard and give you a chance to win. But there are some other things that have to be done. And some other things that have to be done. And sometimes when you're out there thinking on the court, it might look like you're not playing hard, and that's not necessarily the truth. Tony, I want to ask you, man, Phoenix, we play Phoenix on, when do we play Phoenix? What's today? Monday? We play Phoenix on
Friday.
No, what's today? Tuesday? We play Phoenix on Friday. All right. Phoenix is coming to us. We're going to be coming off Thanksgiving break. Right? What's your take on that game? They're riding a 13-game win streak. Both teams should come in kind of fresh, you would think. Right? What's your take on that game?
I mean, the good thing is they got to travel after they eat. We probably going to have a practice after we eat as far as the Knicks. So, I mean, they'll be able to work some of that turkey off in the practice, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we get our bigs back, hopefully we get, because I don't see us winning without Mitch and Noel. And maybe even Taj. We might need Taj too. Against them.
I have a question, and this is sorry if this is off topic. How did you like Jericho Sims' contributions when he played them minutes at time?
He played tonight?
No. I think he played against Houston.
I mean, I like Sims. He got some things he got to work on, but I think he's a nice prospect. I love the fact that all our rookies, like, they could just grow. They don't got no pressure. We don't got to depend on them. And they're developing. They're learning that mindset of stay ready and work hard. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of guys ahead of all of our rookies.
I think when Mitch learns how to box out properly,
Whoa.
and when
he boxes out, bro.
Mitch does not have good positional discipline when it comes to being in the paint. I'm sorry. That's his one caveat.
Nor does he
one
set good screens.
That's his
He
one.
don't set good screens, but he does box out. He get boxed out by two people most of the time when he's down there by himself.
He can box out, but sometimes when he's in the paint, he's not all the way controlling it, and he has the dominant positioning to control it. So then, wait, because he'll be right here. The dude will be right here, right? And all they gotta do is step over, and he doesn't do it, and then it's too late, and now he's fighting for a rebound that should have been his in the first place. Don't lie to me, Mark.
So when he's the only one down there, he has to be. Wait, because I've been saying this from year to year with Mitch when he's the only one down there boxing against two people. How you expect one person to box out two people?
That's different. I'm saying some of the rebounds that are competitive should not be competitive. He could easily get 20% more boards.
So
if he controlled his, I think it's a footwork thing, actually.
How so when he averages close to 10 rebounds and he's one of our best offensive
he could average 12 to 15 easy.
Again, he had to grow into his body. So what he has done was good enough. But if you're talking about expecting him to do all the work,
ain't no good enough.
All right, so we off topic. We trying to focus on Phoenix. We trying to focus on Phoenix and New York. That's where we are.
They didn't pay that boy his money, and they're gonna pay for it. We're gonna rain on that parade. Knicks, what's up? Let's get it. Stop that streak.
Hey, I got a bold take. Everybody gonna kill me, but Kemba gonna have a good game against Chris Paul. I mean, Chris Paul is the point guard, as they say, but at least he's finally going up against somebody miniature like he is. So I think Kemba's gonna have a good game. I'm gonna call that one now.
Even more than this game against Phoenix, what I'm really waiting for is November the 27th. Okay, when I'm back at my home base, because I'm still in Panama right now. When I get back to my home base and we play Atlanta, oh, you don't want me on the panel, Sam. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't let me on the panel.
Anyway, we go too much off topic. Phoenix
my bad.
And the Knicks, that's what's next. I think that's going to be the Suns are coming in on a 13-game win streak. Right? Obviously, they got things clicking. They're a good defensive team. They can score. They can score the basketball. They're physical. This is going to be a team that really does test the will of the Knicks, in my opinion, this game. You know what I mean? We got to be on point from start to finish. We got to be on point. If not, they can blow us out quick. If not. Now, I do think because, like Tony, like you're saying, with Kemba, the matchups might be a little bit better.
Yeah.
As far as how we can match up defensively. Can Kemba stay in front of Chris Paul? Can he deal with Chris Paul? I don't know. But the matchup feels better because of the size.
I agree.
I'm going to say this, Sam. With that
game. As great as Paul is, he needs a pick.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he needs the pick to get into what he does best.
If we can trap him, we'll be all right. What I'm really worried about is that matchup at the 2. If Fournier can eat his lunch, right? Finish your breakfast against Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Then we could escape with this win. Okay? If he can just keep up, I'm not saying you have to outshoot Buddy, but if you could do what you did tonight against Phoenix, and we can trap Chris Paul and cut off some of these passing lanes.
You can't trap Chris Paul, bro.
I think we'll be okay. We can.
No, we cannot trap Chris Paul.
I'm being optimistic. We won tonight.
let's put it like this. I think you can trap Chris Paul. The thing is, can you stop him from having the vision to find the right person to pass to? If he does get trapped. You know what I mean? Because
we have to contain the pick and roll. We have to contain the pick and roll because the way Chris Paul gets his pick and roll, it's different from any point guard. The space that he creates, it's better than any point guard.
We get that, but if you decided to fire off on him, and when he comes off the screen, you send both people firing off at Chris Paul. You can trap him. That doesn't mean that it's going to be effective.
Yeah, then you got Devin Booker on the wing that could take advantage. You don't want him to go off, right. And then you got Aiden.
Right. It doesn't mean that it's going to be effective if you fire off and trap him. So it's going to be. It's obviously going to be difficult guarding Chris Paul.
I want to.
You remember last year? Chris Paul. Kept killing us with the mid-range jumper. I'm expecting the Knicks to have a good scheme coming in. Can we execute that scheme? That's another question.
Can we guard their perimeter people because they backdoor people to death?
That's true.
Okay. Can we stop their perimeter threes because they shoot very efficient on threes? Mm-hmm. Can we stop? I want to see Jay Crowder in the Randle matchup because anytime he go against these physical fours that give him it gives him a problem. That could be a problem with us. If he allowed Jay Crowder to get up in his space, it's going to be a long night for us. That's the matchup.
Well, we will see. We will see coming up on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm heading up out of here. Remember, we want you to join us for this Knicks vs. Nets live podcast and watch party on November the 30th at Legends. 6 p.m. It's a free event. All you got to do is register. All right, the link is in the description of the video. All right, make sure you're there with us, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be dope. I want you to be there. Join us.
We have some good games coming up. I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game. Hopefully the Knicks win a couple of games to make that game even more interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I appreciate your time. Knicks got the good win tonight. They gave up the lead, but they got the good win tonight. We needed it. You know what I mean? Be peaceful. Make sure you smash that like button before you get out of here. I haven't said it all night. Smash that like button for me before you leave. Bros. You know what I mean? You still got like 400 people, so help me get that thing up to 400 likes if you can.
Bro, the button is right there.
You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button for me, please. I appreciate your time. Thanks. I hope to see you at that Knicks vs. Nets live podcast. I'll definitely see you on the shoot around tomorrow, sometime throughout the day. I won't see you on Turkey Day, but I'll see you on Friday for the game preview. We out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And BK,
NYK,
nothing but Knicks.
hip hop.
Past the assist, that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.